Can I have you say and spell your name, first and last, please?
So my name is Grace Levy, Grace.
There's a first time for everything. And for Grace Levy, this is her first TV interview. Sort of.
The more you can help the person ignore this, or the more you can ignore it yourself, the better off you're going to be.
I don't think I've ever really been interviewed before, but I mean, I think it's a great skill to have. Even if there's not a camera involved, it's good to be able to talk to different people you interact with, and yeah, good skill just in general to be able to talk and make sure you can stay on track and just be comfortable talking to new people.
Levy is enrolled in Equine Industry Issues. The class is taught by UVM Department of Animal Science professor Betsy Green. For today's class on media training, Green has stepped aside and left the class in the capable hands of Across the Fence associate editor Rebecca Gollin and some other guy.
When you're doing this by yourself, and a lot of times in Vermont,
when not staging faux TV interviews, the class covers everything from horse health to the financial and political impact the equine industry has in Vermont.
Is to preserve the farmland and keep Vermont an ag state.
I am a student, but I'm coming up and I want to be in the horse industry. And I think addressing the big issues from the beginning will help so that by the time I am established in the industry, I know I've had a say in what's going on with laws and how the rest of society views the horse industry.
One of the projects the students are working on is to advocate for a bill currently in the Vermont legislature which would allow horse facilities to be considered in Vermont's value appraisal program known as current use. The program allows for fair taxation of agriculture and forest land based on the use value and not the development value. House Bill 202 has been proposed to include facilities that train or board more than 4 horses to be taxed as current use properties. For their part, the students have been surveying horse owners over the phone and through email to get the word out about this pending legislation.
And I would say someone who's more established in the horse industry will have more influence, but everyone's voice matters. So speaking up, try and figure out where I stand and what I want to do with horses and what I want to do, I feel like that definitely matters now.
Lauren Drassler is from Springfield, Vermont.
I never thought about horse owners being excluded from current use. I never knew what current use was before taking this class, so I guess, I mean, I think it's kind of unfair that they're not included, and it's really kind of broadened my horizons as far as learning about it. I think if someone is really interested in this issue, make it a point to get that known. Call your legislator, speak about it, email them. I mean, we live in Vermont, so it's kind of easy to access our legislators, which is awesome. It's one of the things I love about this state. So I think when you call somebody, it really lets them know that, hey, this is an issue that I'm interested in. And I mean, yeah, I may just be a senior at UVM, but if 10, 15 other people call, then I think people might perk up their ears and kind of be aware.
Like many college seniors, Drassler hasn't decided what she wants to do after graduation. With the exception, she knows she wants to work with horses or be involved in the horse industry. For now, that means working in the state where she was raised and went to school.
What does it mean to be a Vermonter attending the University of Vermont?
I mean, I find it to be kind of special, to be honest. I've done some research on the statistics, and the University of Vermont really doesn't have that many in-state students. So being a part of that community, I don't know if I've intentionally or unintentionally done this, but a lot of my friends are Vermonters as well, and they're people I didn't know from high school or from before that. So I think that's pretty cool that there aren't that many other kids that are from Vermont, so I've really enjoyed that. And especially in the animal science department, a lot of what we learn about is Vermont based. So the dairy industry or the horse industry, there's a lot of that in Vermont. So it's kind of cool to be like, hey, I've heard of that farm before, or hey, I know those horse people.
A class like Equine Industry Issues broadens a student's vision, allows them to become advocates, and engages them in the world beyond the classroom. Today, they're students. Tomorrow, they'll be experts in an industry where they'll need to know how to talk to politicians and, on occasion, TV reporters from places across the fence. At the University of Vermont, I'm Keith Silva with Across the Fence.